Welcome. I will now show you how to adopt components to build your application. Let's assume that our application just has three functions and it's array based. So, first thing you note is that if you install the software components repository, then you can type the command sc software component help. And this gives you the functions that you can use to complete the assignment. One, of course, is to say smine, scmine. It will list your components. If you want to look for a particular component, so let's take a look. We want to load the array, so the component that we need is the function a load. So let's see how many components are available. So let's try sc status, and the status really needs to say the collection. The collection, let's just do that. It says I need to know the name of the collection followed by some patterns. So I want to say sc status, name of the collection is fall 17 prog 3, and I'm looking for something that says a load. So we notice that we have a number of candidates here. They all have a number followed by a colon. Uh, what I want to do is to decide which of these to adopt. I'm going to take the short way out because these are the ones we did in class. So I know that these probably work, but let's make sure. So the component that we want is, I'm in the wrong place. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to say sc status fall 17 prog 3, and we're looking for a load. When we do that, we get all of these components. We're going to choose this one for safety's sake because I know it works. So let's go ahead and say, let's test it. To test it, you got to have the test program, the executable. It's kind of hard to adopt something if you can't test it. You can do it, but you will be taking a chance. So let's see, how do we test? The command is sctest, and I need the component ID and the component name. So we're going to say sctest 10290 a load. And when I test it, you see the specification that describes how it's supposed to act. You also see the header function, the prototype that tells you what the parameters have to be. And now the program is running, so I need to enter a certain number of values. I'm going to say 4. I'm going to enter 3, 8, 2, and 9. Okay. And the test program says, oh, I didn't do what it said. It said up here enter 0. I didn't do that, so it's my bad. Want me to start over? Control C. Follow the instructions. Tester, when prompted, entered 0. So I say 0. And it's not going to read any values. It's expecting an empty array. And what's an empty array? No values, just the word in. Next time it says use 1 and 17 and so forth. So we know what to do. We did this in class. So now let's go ahead and adopt this component. How do we adopt it? Sc adopt, same thing. So it's almost like what we just had, but now we're going to say sc adopt. Oh, when you say adopt, dang, I've got to say what type of component, and this is a function. When the adoption occurs, you are handed a .h file and a .o file. The .h file must be added into your main program as a pound include. So let's go ahead and do that. Pound include. It's not a library, it's just a file, so we're going to say a load.h. And the .o file is going to be used when I compile. So let me save this. And now let's try to compile app 0. Okay, if I do that, what's going to happen? It's supposed to cut up. Okay. All right. It's not cutting up because it's not causing a problem because we never called this. So this clearly, okay, so let's go ahead and when it's time to load the array, let's just call it. Okay. We're going to say a load. What's the parameters? When I adopted it, it said I need an array, the capacity, and the size. What's the array? A. What's the capacity? 5. What's the size? A size. Okay. So let's go ahead now, save that. Let's compile again. It's saying, oh, I can't find a load. Notice that I did say pound include, so it has the prototype for a load, so it knows about it so that you can make the call, but it has not encountered the body of it. Where's the body of a load? This is the compiled body of a load.o. So when I compile, I must say include in the compilation in the link step a load.o. I'm going to name this whole thing A as in app. So now we have adopted a component. We have pound included the prototype for it. We have made a call to it from the body. We have compiled it. We've extended the compilation to include all the object files that correspond with the adopted components. So you can see yourself when you're all done having 11 of these .o files that you got to include in the compilation. We'll show you later how to manage that. So let's now try to find another component real quick. Let's find one that will display the largest value. So let's go back here. What do I need to do? I need to adopt. I need to find something again. I need to find the, is it called max val? So let's go back through our commands. In Unix, you can type history, and history tells you all the commands you have. So we need to do something like this, don't we? We need something like 13. So let's just go and find this thing. So I want now to say a max value. Are there candidates here? Well, it looks kind of slim, doesn't it? There's only one that has a test program that will allow me to see how good it is. So let's go ahead and test it. What's our command? SCTest. What's the component number? 16303. The component name is a max value. Okay. And did I do that right? Oh shoot. Did you notice? This test program says .o, but there's no run for the test program. Why is that? Well, probably because the test program compiles, but it doesn't, but it never links properly. So it looks like we don't know which one of these things to use. So which one are we going to use? Let's just grab this one and see if we can adopt it. Oh, you can adopt it. Oh, we're trying to test. Let's try now to adopt it and see. Is it clear that if we do this, this is a blind adoption? We don't have any papers on this thing. Oh, what's the component number? 16303. Oh, I keep forgetting. I gotta say it's a function. My bad. So we have the .h file and the .o file. So let's go ahead and change our source program to include this. And we're going to make a call here. What is it called? I'm going to say see out what you get when you call a max value. And what do I have to pass it? An array and a size. So it's the array A and A size. So we're going to see what we get when we do this. All right. So now let's try to compile. Okay, what's missing? The A max value. I don't have the .o file in the compilation command, so I've got to stick that in there. A max value .o. And now does it compile? Okay, some funny business is going on here. It's saying it cannot find the code for a max value. And I can tell you why it probably is the case. I bet you the person who wrote the body of the function did not name it a max val. It was probably named max val. Okay. With this, I'm going to stop with a cautionary tale that it's going to be hard for y'all to find components because you didn't write components. If you want to get on the ball and get some components written, you can be earning extra credits if you do that. That's all I have to say for tonight, but you see the pattern of how to do this. Okay? So I had sent you in Blackboard directions for installing the components repository. Good luck to you.